Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. It's another lovely Sunday afternoon. At least it normally would be if the fucking Niners would have won. I have to say, it's all my fault. As a player of the team, as someone who suits up every Sunday, putting on my comfiest hoodie and my fucking beanie I've had since I was 9 years old, it's on me because I couldn't watch the game. I've watched, I think, every game so far. I don't think there's been a game I haven't been able to watch in some capacity. And I couldn't watch this one because the NFL makes everything so goddamn hard to watch. You got to have Sunday ticket. You can't even, the NFL is so stingy. I was like, I'll just listen to the game, okay? The internet exists, right? Like every radio station has a website that you can just stream their live radio station on the internet, right? It's just a thing. And guess what? I thought I was golden listening to the San Francisco area radio. Heard the pregame, heard them sing the national anthem. Like, yes, okay, cool. I'm going to be able to listen to the game at least. And then all of a sudden, boom, radio silence. All of a sudden, I look down at my phone. It says, your area does not have your permission. The NFL has the fucking radio blocked out regionally, guys. I didn't know that at all. You actually have to buy the NFL pass in order to listen to the fucking radio version of a game. That is asinine. That is fucking horseshit. Now my dog's barking. See, she agrees with me. It's fucking bullshit that I can't listen to I know, Chuck. I know. I wanted to listen to the game on the radio, too. Charlie, no. That's a first for the podcast. Living in the house, bud. Woo! With the dog. Yeah. Sometimes you're going to have to silence the dog from barking. She's just letting him be known. She's letting it be known, dude. She is letting everybody know. But she did agree with me. She said it was bullshit that the NFL is doing that, man. Can't believe that. Just what a horseshit way of dealing with things. Like, you can't advertise to me on the radio, an average person. This is why VPNs exist. I just need to get a VPN and stick myself into Santa Clara in order to be able to listen to the fucking radio. Ugh. You're not. I don't even know if you're technically supposed to use a VPN for that. Like, I know that's what it is, but you're just getting around laws, internet laws, I guess. I don't fucking know. Copyrights? Who knows? I wonder how that works too if the NFL, like if you're an English fan, they've been trying to expand into Europe and the UK in order to get football fans. They've been going over to London and stuff. Like, what if you become a fan of one of the teams? Do you have regional coverage in there? Or like, what games do you get if you don't get the Sunday ticket? How do you watch football in Europe other than Sunday ticket? Is that how you have to do it? Or are you using VPNs? You got to use a VPN, right? It's fucking dumb. But they lost. They lost, and it's all my fault, okay? When you say we all the time, like you play for them, and then you don't show up to the game, you just so I'm that kid. I'm that kid who thought he had a more important role on a baseball team, or any team. Like when you're in high school, there's one kid who always inflates their idea of how important they are to the team, aka myself, and you find out real humbling, that humbling moment where you get left at where you're supposed to be picked up by the bus because you got there late and they leave you and you have no way to get there because your parents can't drive you there. They have a job. They can't take you that night, okay? That's why you have to ride the bus, and now you're fucked. Can't get there. And you find out real quick that they didn't do that. But if there was the star player of the team, magically all of a sudden, coach is fucking milking some time for him to get there. And he could just tell the coach, yeah, coach, I was getting sucked off by my girlfriend out back. I'll be there in like 15 minutes, and he'll be pissed, but he's going to go out and like start checking the fucking bus tires. He's not even driving, but he's doing an inspection, a safety inspection on the bus. He's never done that before because the star player has privilege. But I'm the other kid in this scenario with the Niners. I was like, yeah, we're on top of the world. And then I got left behind because I'm poor and can't buy the Sunday ticket. And didn't watch the game, and that's why they lost. Just the self-inflated ego of that statement. So great. So dumb, you guys. Yeah, but it's been a good Sunday otherwise. It's been very, very nice doing the normal stuff, getting ready for the week. You got to get ready, settle in, get ready to take on the next week, you know. Been reading too much stuff about how to be more productive and how to get better at stuff. I got to stop. The self-improvement stuff's got to stop at some point. But it is good in, like, the self-analyzing of my, like, just the self-analysis does help. Because of picking up on dumb things I do that I could just eliminate with just a little cognitive awareness, you know, just some cognitive development, becoming a person, and I would probably see better results, you know. I had this one this week. I realized something, you know. I grew up being told to be honest. I was always tell the truth and be honest, and I think I take things too literally because for the longest time, I just took people, and I just took it as like people didn't lie. Like you were just, this was the standard. And if people were lying, those were like extra bad people. Like you were on the level with Satan in my mind, dude. Like I couldn't even conjure the idea of lying. I was just so truthful all the time. Up till I was like 11 years old. Like 11, 12, like way later than you think that kids are brutally honest, or at least just always telling the truth. And like if they do something bad, they immediately tell on themselves. Like I was that kind of kid. It was bad. And you curve that over the years. But now I realize there's sometimes I still have not lie. Lying is the wrong term, but you have to scale back in certain situations, right? You have to limit information. And one of the things I found is oversharing the reasons I think something looks cool or is cool or whatever, right? And the case in point is my girlfriend wanted this new jacket from Lululemon. And she was going to get it. And it was a cool jacket. It's objectively a fucking really cool jacket. But where I run into a problem is the reasons it's cool to her and the reasons it's cool in my mind are two different things. Okay? And it's not, and what makes it cool to you when you point it out to some people makes them go, oh no. Like they immediately panic. They completely rethink their decision making. And you can almost ruin a thing like once you point something out. It's like when people point out movie details. You know, like I remember the one that always comes in my head is Christian Bale has a mole on his eye. And someone's like, yeah, you guys ever notice that Christian Bale has a mole on his eye? Have fun watching The Dark Knight right now. And I was like, fuck. And you can't see it. I'm sorry I just ruined it for some of you people. I really did. I'm sorry. If you want to see it, don't notice the mole, go watch Newsies. He doesn't have it there. He's also 15 or however old. He was young in that movie in Newsies. But yeah, it's that kind of stuff. And so I have to learn, like, when somebody likes something a lot, I have to, like, not give my whole opinion or reasoning behind why I also like it, if that makes sense. You know, it's just not necessary information all the time. Because when she had this jacket on, it looked cool. She liked it. It had these, like, nice, like, stitched line pattern to it. It was, like, it just has a cool vibe to it. And she had her whole outfit on, like she had her Lulu pants that she was wearing with them too and stuff. And she's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "It looks great. I think that jacket's really cool." And she's like, "Isn't it? It's so cool." And this is where I fucked it up because I go, "Yeah, it makes me think you're like in a Marvel movie." And she goes, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know. You look like an Avenger. Like you're gonna be like because it has like she was showing me how it has like the quarter hole sleeves in it." Right, so you could put your thumbs through it, and it also turned into mittens and stuff. And so you just like had like gloves. Like she looked like an apprentice to Black Widow in this awesome jacket. And I was like, "He looks cool." Let me tell you something. I'm a nerd. What? No. Wait, are you kidding me? You're a nerd. Yes. Yes, I am. Been a dork. I buy things because I think dorky shit's cool. Okay? My girlfriend is not a dork. She doesn't give a shit about superheroes and video games and stuff like that. Totally cool, and that's one reason why I love her, because we both have different interests, and it's interesting. We both learn about these different worlds. But I don't think my girlfriend thinks looking like she has a superhero jacket on is cool. I had to help kind of like reassure her that I was like, she thought I was being a dick at first, for sure. She was like, "Are you trying to be a fucking dick right now?" And I was like, no, I'm like, serious. That's why I think it's cool. She thought I was fucking with her, like roasting her, which is a fair point. We both do that to each other a lot. There's a lot of fun getting made in this house, okay? People are getting roasted in this house for doing and or saying dumb things. It happens, okay? We're just having fun. So she thought I was fucking with her, and I was like, no, I think it's really cool that way. And not that I had to talk her back into it a lot, but I had to reassure her. I was like, no, but it is a cool jacket. Like, I had to keep telling her, I was like, no, don't ignore what I just said. Yeah, so I have learned that I need to sometimes just, if I think it's cool and want them to also get it, I don't have to tell them why I think it's cool. They can just keep that for me. That could be in my psyche, and just let me know about it, you know? But I'm just always trying to have a conversation and extend a conversation and add dialogue to it. And that's my problem. But it is what it is. Made it out unscathed. There's no harm, no foul. She got the jacket. She's wearing it. She's loving it. Having a good time. And now I just pretend that I'm in a Marvel movie with her. Like, I'm like, oh, there comes this superhero. Super progressive, dude. It rules. Yes. But yeah, that's a big update this week. I'm trying to withholding information is my new thing. Oversharing is gonna stop. Is it, Wade? You're doing a fucking podcast by yourself in a room. It's the definition of oversharing. You're right. You're fucking right. Anyway, I guess we'll hop into what we want to talk about this week, you guys. And I found something dumb. There's a lot of heavy shit going on with the Niners losing. I'm feeling a little down. And then there's some actual real-world problems that are going on. I think there's just a lot of going on. And so I wanted to give something that's like a decompressor this week. And also, that didn't require me to read a lot. So I found us a video. That's right, a video. We love a video, you guys. So, I have one right here. This is a thing we've all dealt with, I'm pretty sure. You somehow have escaped this phenomena. It's impressive. You must take very good care of your eyes. But you guys ever get the floaters in your eyes, or the worms, or whatever? Yeah, I don't know what those are. Nobody knows what they are. They just assume they're like light. I always assumed it was light that was like stuck, right? You stared at something too long, and now the light is just like stuck there, and your brain isn't like getting rid of it. It was so bright, it's burnt in there for a second. That's why I figured they said don't stare at the sun. That's what I thought for the longest time. But now, I have an answer. There's a TED Ed here. TED Ed is going to teach us what are floaty things in your eyes. So we're going to find out together. Let's watch this.
Have you ever noticed something swimming in your field of vision? It may look like a tiny worm or a transparent blob. And whenever you try to get a closer look, it disappears, only to reappear as soon as you shift your glance. But don't go rinsing out your eyes. What you are seeing is a common phenomenon known as a floater.
AKA ghost particles. They are old particles of ghosts that are just floating around. It's the Rorschach ghost in your eye. I love how this demonstration makes it look like Yo Gabba Gabba characters are the things invading your eyes. They have eyes, and they're gonna sing to you. The Yo Gabba Gabba eye wigglies.
Scientific name for these objects is Muscae volitantis. Latin
Muscae volitantis. Muscae volitantis. He's a man. He appears in the corner of your eye. But as soon as you try to confront him, he disappears. If you go back to your minding your business, you will see Velascante again. I can't rattle my tongue. Fuck. But just a rattlesnake noise right there. There's it just floating in, watching, waiting for his opportunity to strike. He is like a flying flies. Annoying, but so evasive.
For flying flies. And true to their name, they can be somewhat annoying. But they're not actually bugs or any kind of external objects at all. Rather, they exist inside your eyeball. Floaters may...
This is wild to me. Because you kind of forget. I think we all think about our organs, like you think about your heart, you kind of think about your lungs now and then. I don't know. You just start like poking around and you think about it, and you think about your organs, and you think about your brain. I think sometimes. I know I do. I'm generalizing. I think about my brain. I should speak for me. I'll speak for me, okay? I think about my brain like actually inside my head all the time. It's like actually physically in there. It's weird that it is. I don't think I've ever thought about the fact that my eyeballs are just there, like they're actual, like a physical thing. I've never, you don't think that they're like open and it's like you can open up an eyeball, but you can. It's totally a thing. You can just pop out and just cut open, and there's inner workings of an eyeball. Yeah, I forget that, and it's wild to me what they're about to say here because I watched a little bit of this. This is where it gets weird.
They seem to be alive since they move and change shape. But they are not alive. Floaters are tiny objects that cast shadows on the retina.
You have shit floating in your eyeballs, casting shadows within your fucking eyeball. It's fucking crazy. So you have just little things that are just now and then, you just got a clump of some shit inside your ball. Okay?
The light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye. They might be bits of tissue, red blood cells, or clumps of protein. And because they're...
These are the boys. These guys go out and cause havoc together, okay? That's why you only get these so often, is these boys get blood alcohol, right? What happens is you go out and have a couple of drinks, and it gets a little blood alcohol in there, and he comes around to the protein and a couple other cells. He's like, boys, we're hitting the eyeball tonight. Dude, we're going to the eyeball party. And they go in there, and then that's why they're in there moving. They're fucking dancing and raving. Your blood cell, when you drink, causes your other cells to be under the bad influence, okay? The alcohol blood cells are bad people, okay? They cause so much problems. They go up there and start fucking with your goddamn vision. And that's why they're dancing in there and they're blinking because it's a rave in your eyeball. That's what's going on. But you just have these particles sometimes floating in your eyeball. That's wild to me. Never thought about this ever, like that it could be something inside my actual eyeball in a retina. I just thought it was light being weirdly captured by like the photo of me staring at shit too long.
Suspended within the vitreous humor, the gel-like liquid that fills the inside of your eye. Floaters drift along with your eye movements and seem to bounce a little when your eye stops. Floaters may be only barely distinguishable most of the time. They become more visible the closer they are to the retina, just as holding your hand closer to a table with an overhead light will result in a more sharply defined shadow.
Can you depict which ones, like if you can see them better as they get closer, can you pick out, I wonder if you can like tell by a shape if it's like a protein cell or something. I wonder if you can actually see it. You probably have to have awesome, ridiculous, crazy vision somehow. That probably isn't possible. That's a stupid question I just asked. Of course you're not going to be able to do that. There's no fucking way. You'd be... Because you can't even focus on them. You can see them more clearly, but you can't focus on them in order to identify them. You kind of have to like do the Robin Williams thing from Patch Adams. Look beyond the fingers. You can't really do that with eyeball particles.
Shadow. And floaters are particularly noticeable when you are looking at a uniform bright surface, like a blank computer screen, snow, or a clear sky, where the consistency of the background makes them easier to distinguish.
Dude, that makes so much sense because I see this kind of shit all the time in the winter. This makes so much sense now when it comes to driving because I feel like I always see it's spotty during the winter, and it hurts my fucking eyes. One, because it's so bright, but two, I think that's a big deal. Wow, I never even thought about that it's the snow effect with the blank background is causing me to see more floaters in the winter. Wow, that's wild. That's probably also why when people get like lost and get like hyperthermia and start going crazy, you get more lost. I would think like you travel further because you're just completely disoriented by snow and the landscape and how it looks. I bet you that plays a huge factor in it. Probably huge, but it probably plays a factor.
The brighter the light is, the more your pupil contracts. This has an effect similar to replacing a large diffuse light fixture with a single overhead light bulb, which also makes the shadow appear clearer. There is another visual phenomenon that looks similar to floaters, but is in fact unrelated.
Yes, the dreaded sperm eye. This is from when you've taken too many loads in the face and now you have sperm living within your eyeball. It could happen to you. It could happen to you. Or it could happen to you. Don't take loads in the eyes, people. Use a tissue. Because we know we all aren't getting laid out there.
If you've seen tiny dots of light darting about when looking at a bright blue sky, you've experienced what is known as the blue field entoptic phenomenon.
BFEP.
In some ways, this is the opposite of seeing floaters. Here, you are not seeing shadows, but little moving windows letting light through to your retina. The windows are actually caused by white blood cells moving through the capillaries along your retina surface. These leukocytes can be so large.
Hey guys, that's just like a minivan blocking a goddamn highway on the fast lane. They're like, yeah, I'm just floating around. I'm and then those red blood cells are like, dude, we got to get to the heart. We are running late. This guy's pulse is slowing down.
Large that they nearly fill a capillary, causing a plasma space to open up in front of them. Because the space and the white blood cells are both more transparent to blue light than the red blood cells normally present in capillaries, we see a moving dot of light wherever this happens, following the paths of your capillaries and moving in time with your pulse. Under ideal viewing conditions, you might even see what looks like a dark tail following the dot. This is the red blood cells that have bunched.
It's a conga line in your eyeball. It's multiple conga lines. Your white blood cell goes, everybody Congo, da 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 da, hey, da 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 da, hey, da 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 da, hey. Dude, your eyeball is a fucking party. No wonder, dude, you get to see shit. Every cell in the body is like, dude, you could see everything from up here. It's the lookout point for all your cells. That's why every cell's trying to get up to the eyeball to party and see what's up, dude. It's a party. It's a celebration. Seeing is believing in your body.
Up behind the leukocyte. Some science museums have an exhibit which consists of a screen of blue light, allowing you to see these blue sky sprites much more clearly than you normally would. While everybody's eyes experience these sort of effects, the number and type vary greatly. In the case of floaters, they often go unnoticed as our brain learns to ignore them. However, abnormally numerous or large floaters that interfere with vision may be a sign of a more serious condition, requiring immediate medical treatment. But the majority of the time, entoptic phenomena, such as floaters and blue sky sprites, are just a gentle reminder that what we think we see depends just as much on our biology and minds as it does on the external world.
Dude, that's crazy that you just enjoy floaters for the time they be, and then if you start seeing a final boss show up, a big one, just some fucking Dark Souls music starting for while you see one of those floaters, that's when you got to get to a doctor, okay? You don't want those giant fucking floating things in there, okay? When the houses start showing up to the party in the club, it's time to shut it down, okay? It's just like a club eyeball, dude. Once the fatties are showing up, it's time to shut down. Oh, man. That That is interesting. Wow, what a fun video that was. I'm glad I found that one this week. What a nice, lighthearted thing, and you got to learn a useless fact, which is what it's all about here at Not Worth the Time, is finding worthless stuff like that. It's great. And guys, if you love listening to this show and you want more things like it, you need to go to punandgame.com, guys. Punandgame.com is where you can find this show, Who Gives a F, and the archive of a bunch of other podcasts we've had on the network for a long time. So go check out all the library we have for all those great episodes from past podcasts from the Not Worth the Time, dude. Oh, this is the 140 something episode, dude. So I got a bunch more on that. We have over 300 episodes of Who Gives a F, dude. Got so much on there. Go check out the back catalogs. You're going to love it. And then don't forget to go to YouTube and search Comic Wade Taylor. That's where you can watch the video version of this podcast. It's great. It's a good time. You get to see the visuals that we were watching on the TED Ed. Great time. And you can watch me struggle to read when I read an article. It's fantastic. So hit subscribe there. Check out that. That's where you can also see the other podcasts of Who Gives a F and Stand Up. And don't forget to check out my half-hour Wild Horses on there as well. So hit subscribe. Help out. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Just recently hit 100 subscribers on there. Very, very excited about that. It's a very cool thing. I'm very humbled by that, honestly. It's pretty cool, because if I could get 100 people, if I could get all 100 people that subscribe to that channel in a room to watch me do stand-up, I would be floored. I'd be so happy that everybody showed up just to hang out and have a good time. So thank you to all you guys who have subscribed and told friends and shared it. Appreciate it. Really do. And then, guys, if you really want to support the show, get yourself something nice that helps you out and helps the show out. Get yourself some merch at punandgame.com. Go to the Pun and Game shop. You get t-shirts, hoodies, representing your favorite shows here at punandgame.com. And we'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to use the promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod. And they get you free shipping at checkout, guys. So go get yourself something nice. We'll get ready for this fall season. It's hoodie season. Rock a new one, why don't you? You know? I'm about to get myself a new one because I need one. But, guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. I thank you guys for coming out and listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.